Oh shit, it's recording. Fuck. Flat British, subscribe to the channel. Lee speaking, doing a vanavlog. I wasn't ready. Yeah, so I haven't done much content on the channel recently. You wouldn't believe me if I told you why. Because you just wouldn't believe me. I don't know if you've ever met a liar. I mean a proper liar. Someone just lies and they just tell you a story and it seems absolutely ridiculous. And then it just follows on. It gets more not more ridiculous. It just gets more fantastic. You know, either in a good way or a bad way. And the more they talk, the more they talk, it just gets absurd in the end, and you just realise that no one's that fucking unlucky. And they're just bullshitting me. And so, for that reason, I'm not going to tell you. Because you might think I'm fucking bullshitting. Because I can't fucking believe it myself. But I do have my health. I'm still in one piece. And those closest and dearest to me are still alive. So that's okay. Only just a minor injury that's gonna go in a week or two with one of them, so that's okay. So since my last vanavlog, I have completely transitioned from the world that you know to just give me a minute. How the fuck would I define that? To a non-reflective world. It's pretty good explanation, actually. A non-reflective world. Or say, well, reality, non-reflective reality. Try saying that when you're drunk. Fucking hell. Yeah. What I mean by that, in contemplating myself and the actions of others, and in a way just pretending that time actually is a thing and does exist. Everything's kind of fallen into its place. Or rather, my thoughts have synchronized with what I just said. It just went out my head, and it's kind of left me in a place where I'm kind of bemused by the whole world and why everyone does what they do and the insanity of it all. Like for example, I don't know what country you live in, but you know, you've got rules, laws, traditions, and they're probably hundreds of years old, maybe even 1,000 years old, and all of those people that made those rules and those laws that you live by are dead. They've been dead for hundreds of years, maybe or 10 years. And so you actually live your life based on the dead. I mean, I can't think of any reason why, if you're born now into this time, that you should live the way that you want to live and do the things that you want to do. Or during the time frame that you're here, let there be new laws and rules or traditions made that are pertinent to your existence now, not some whoever from hundreds and hundreds of years ago. And the crazy thing is for hundreds and hundreds of years, and all of those people are dead as well, they perpetuated and continued and lived by those laws, those rules, those traditions of the dead, all the way up till today, now, 2025. It's bonkers. It's completely bonkers. And I'm in the same boat as you, and but I mean, the difference is every day I'm kind of contemplating everything that I'm doing. I'm thinking, is this the right thing to do? And why am I doing it? So, like for example, I'm married. I grew up. I was taught, you know, you find someone and blah 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 blah, and then you get married, and then you have kids, and then you stay with them until you're dead, kind of thing. I'm thinking to myself, well, do I have to? Do I actually have to do that? And if I feel that I do have to do it, why? Why? Why is that in my head? How did that get into my head? And of course, you know why. Because you probably went to school as well. And you were probably raised in a family as well. And you probably watch TV as well. I'll go on the internet as well. You know, and they say like there's nothing new under the sun. Well, I know, of course there isn't, because everybody keeps doing the same shit as their parents, their grandparents, their great grandparents, second removed cousins, parents. You know, it's just like, dude, where is yourself in all this? You know, where is yourself? Where are you in all this? And all you're doing is just living the life of the dead. You know, I mean, for all of their laws and traditions and everything else, all those in the past, what good did it do them? Where are they today? Dead. They're all dead. Like, I don't know. How old are you? Are you in your 20s? Late teens? Are you thinking of getting married and having kids? Are you gonna? I know you're gonna fucking program them exactly the same as you was programmed, because that's what everybody does. I mean, it's bonkers. It's totally fucking bonkers. I mean, I stay married because I think, well, I want to, you know. I was speaking to a friend the other day. I can't remember if he said it or I said it. But we were discussing the British government in particular. But the point is kind of just, you know, applicable to all world governments. And the statement was, why don't the British government want the British people to be happy and wealthy? Why not? Why do they want the British people to be in misery and poverty? And in as far as history can be believed, depending on the ages of people that you know and trust and yourself, I mean, government has always been the means by which to make its subjects miserable and poor. And say, over the last 20 years I do drive a lot, especially in like central London, and I'm like, dude, why is this place so fugly? You know, why isn't there just art everywhere? You know, why is a bridge that crosses a motorway, why does it have to be grey? Why can't it be rainbow colour? Why can't there be a mural on it? Why can't there, you know, just why generally Is the whole place a fucking shithole? I'm trying to find a line of thought, and then I can expose to you from where I am, which is not where anyone else is. But I'm just trying to think of a subject where I can give you my perspective on it. Maybe I feel tense right now. I don't know. So I'm in Peckham at the moment. I don't think it's a high street. There's lots of shops here. Long space, isn't it? It'd be weird if, like, the rest of this vanavlog was me just saying nothing. It'd be strange, wouldn't it? Yeah, this is the problem, you know. I'm just fucking way off. I'm so way off from this reality. It's getting to the point where I'm kind of, but I can be bothered to talk and communicate. I'm developing my own personality. Developing. It's just happening. You know, my whole character is I've self-assassinated it, because I'm questioning everything that I do, and for everything that I do, I can't see any logical or value in the reasoning behind it at all. Yeah. I mean, I know how to act. So, like, if I got called into a meeting with my boss or something, or had to go and see a relative or a friend, I know how to act. Obviously, I've been around 50 odd years, so, you know, I've got the experience. It's not something you forget. But when it actually comes to somewhere I might go, or something that I might do, that's where it's in big effect. Because if I do, then it's for my own reason. I don't feel compelled to do anything. No, I do feel compelled to do things, but nevertheless I don't do them, because when I think about it, I'm like, why the fuck would you do that? Really? There's no point. There's absolutely no point to doing it. So, I mean, like, road rage is one. So, the whole basis of road rage is that there are rules and regulations to the road, and you have to obey them. And then if somebody doesn't obey them, you give them a mouthful, or you start screaming or whatever because they didn't obey the rules. Why should they not obey the rules when you obey the rules? And if you just stop at that point and just say, who made the rules? And why am I living by those rules? Am I not free to do as I please? You may argue, but I don't think I was born into slavery. But, you know, simply by adhering to the rules of the road, just an example, adhering to the rules of the road, having value to the rules of the road.
I choked my leg and I was like, get through the job.
Of course, there are rules there that if you don't obey them, you can't go on the road. And it just goes on and on and on, rules, on and on and on, trouble and strife, anger, you name it. And it's just fucking madness, you know? It's just madness. You know? And again, who, like for Britain, who wrote the fucking rules of the road? Are they still alive? I doubt it. They're probably dead. I'm getting very close to the point where I'm going to be able to honestly react and respond to people when they talk to me, rather than just go with the rules of culture and morality and all the other laws and rules and regulations. big part of all problems is that you feel compelled by them to be moulded. Your actions, your thoughts, your feelings, they're there to mould you into a particular shape. And purpose, I suppose. But the thing is, that's, you know, it's exterior to you. All the rules and regulations did not originate from you. They don't emanate from you. They was implanted into you, surrounding you and engulfing you. You know, that's probably why, like, you know, if you've got some fucking Arab fucking country or fucking Chinese country, or it's Oriental Arab, and then you've got the Western world, Europe. You know, and as I say, never the twain shall meet. It's so diverse between those three groups of people. They are so completely diverse. But at the end of the day, they're just human beings. So what makes the difference? Why do they all behave so differently in general? Rules, regulations and traditions. Now, for most of, well, actually no, not for most of my life now, but for the early years of my life, I'm English, and you know, apart from the Americans, you know, I've always thought, well, you know, what the fuck is wrong with other people, like from other countries, you know, why? You know what I mean? Like French eating snails. Like, for fuck's sake. Like, what's wrong with you? You know? Just be fucking normal, because I'm normal. And you're all not normal. You know? You wear fucking turbans on your head. And I don't know, whatever else other cultures do that I don't do. And equally, I can imagine that somebody from the fucking Arab world would think the same of my culture, of the Western world in America. They'd probably think the same, like, what the fuck are you doing, man? You know, you should be praying 5 times a day. Or, you know, I don't know. You know, you should take off your shoes before you enter a house. How dare you walk into my house with your shoes on? I'm going to fucking decapitate you. But I'm not saying like who's right and who's wrong. I'm just saying, look what rules, laws and cultures and traditions and all that fucking shit has done to humanity. And I'm trying to just point out that it's probably the worst thing that could ever happen to humanity. Probably the worst thing ever. Religion, culture, government, law, imprisonment, corporal capital punishment. the misvaluing of a male and a female. All of the judgments is all based on these rules and regulations of the dead, that hundreds of years old, and we live by it today. Ooh. And even talking about this, and I mean, the main culprits, apart from ourselves, but the main culprits is those that are in power. And you know, all of their rules and regulations, you know, it does make everybody fucking miserable, poor and miserable, hardships. Terrible way to live, terrible way to live. But I mean, even now, you know, I'm not really as susceptible as I used to be getting angry. But if I think of any world government that I know enough about, I just start getting angry. I just want to rip people's fucking throats out. Not people in general, but I mean people in government. It's just a feeling. But then, you know, even that, I scratch my head thinking like, well, you know, on what basis am I getting angry? You know, am I right? Am I wrong? What's my point of reference? Is it because they're all hypocrites? Is it because they're all liars? I don't know. It's just that the entity of government within itself and the institutions of laws and regulations, that in itself, it's just so evil. Although just the fact that the entity itself is it's just so against humanity. I mean, it's just so against it. Just by its very definition, to govern over others. I think it's just a natural reaction, to be honest with you. That's why I get angry. I think it's just a natural reaction. My dad's still alive. I think he might get another 10 years. You know, had I not done everything that I did, he'd be dead, without a doubt. He'd be dead. He never would have got out of that hospital alive. He barely did. And then after that, they just wouldn't fucking leave him alone once I finally managed to get him home. Just wouldn't fucking leave him alone. had to fight them all off, not physically. Just say, no, he doesn't want you. No, he doesn't want this. No, he doesn't want that. You know, they're still trying to fucking kill him. You know, it's just crazy, man, crazy. But, you know, he should be dead, but he isn't. And, you know, I kind of thought about it. I think, well, you know, why did I do that exactly? You know, because I don't believe or trust in system and values and culture and traditions, and just fuck off, shove it up your fucking arse, a politician's arse. I think, oh, you know, why, why do I continue? Why do I continue? I mean, even now, you know, he can't go shopping. I have to do all his shopping. I mean, you know, he doesn't just say to me like on one day, oh, yeah, here's a list, you can go and get that stuff for me. No, it's every day. You know, every day. A little bit here, a little bit there. For fuck's sake. Don't you just fucking give me a big list that can fucking do it all and just fucking be done with it. You know? I mean, I like that he's still here. You know? And it's really just down to that. You know, I just like him to still be here. I wouldn't like him not to be here. I would not like him to be dead. And that's it. It's got nothing to do with fucking family values and all that kind of stuff. Not anymore. Not anymore. I mean, I think about it sometimes, but, you know, when I really think about things to its nth degree, I'm like, well, this whole thing about mum and dad, I mean, it's just a fucking nonsense. Parental roles, and this should be this and they should be like that. And I'm just like, who fucking come out with this shit in the first place? And they're dead. They're fucking dead. And why didn't anyone else think of a fucking better framework? You know, of a fucking biological nuclei that fucking reproduces. You know, just something else. You know, something fucking nice or something. You know, it's just. You know, 400 years ago, okay, the world was a different place, not like it is now. You know, and I can understand that the people that were alive then made up traditions and rules and stuff like that, depending on that age of that fucking time. But they're dead, and that place doesn't fucking exist anymore. The world has changed, and then everyone's still living by the same rules that they did, and the world that doesn't exist anymore, and a people that don't exist anymore. So, you know, I just yeah, that's kind of where I am really. I just don't, you know. I mean, today in Britain, there's no police. You know, there's no police really. You see them sometimes, and I mean, I'm kind of like on a high street. I can walk into every single one of these shops and steal something, and I won't be arrested, because that's how things are today in Britain. And You know, I can be driving around, I've seen it myself. I pulled up to a zebra crossing, and then some dude, he's got an arm full of brand new clothes just hanging over his arms. They still got the fucking labels and the coat hangers in. So this guy's literally just fucking walked into a shop, taken the stuff, and just walked out. Didn't even run. He just fucking walked out. Walked across the road, and then, well, his house was there. Just walked into his house. I mean, that's how it is. You know, I could do the same. I could do the same right now. So, I know I'm working. If I want anything out of a shop, I buy it. There's other people, they don't buy it, they just take it. Yeah. I mean, the rules that I'm living by aren't applicable to the world, this place in Britain that I live in today. You know, it's not applicable anymore. You know, people just steal, shoplift. It's happening all the time. I needed the loo the other day. I went into Asda, it's like a supermarket chain in Britain, and yeah, I went to the loo, and I was there for a little while, and 2-3 times every minute the barrier alarms were going off because someone had stolen something and they set off the alarm 2 or 3 times a minute. And I'm like, fucking, is anyone buying anything? People just walking in and stealing, you know, stealing it. And I don't know, 10 years ago, you know, I would have said, that's outrageous, how dare they steal? You know, think about the market value and blah, 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 and blah, 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 blah. And now I'm just kind of like indifferent. I'm kind of like, well, yeah. I mean, say they're the same age as me. Yeah. They're going to live as long as I'm going to fucking live. I mean, what profit is there in me going into the shop and fucking buying it? Or this other person going in and stealing it? Who's right? Who's wrong? Who gives a fuck? We're both going to be dead in fucking 20 years. Who gives a fuck? Who cares? What? What? The shopkeeper? The fucking capitalist shop fucking keeper? I mean, what? You know? Or the, you know, supermarket chain CEO. You go like, oh, we've made a loss because people are... Who gives a fuck? I don't give a fuck. It doesn't mean anything. It's meaningless. Who's doing the right thing? Who's doing the wrong thing? There is no fucking right or wrong. There's just living, you know, and your own choices, and that's it. That's it. That's all that's going on. All the bullshit I've been fed all my life is bullshit. As simple as that. Simple as that. I mean, you know, there are natural outcomes to our actions. And I'm not talking about laws, crime, punishment, and I'm not talking about that bollocks. Like, so, for example, if everybody started shoplifting and nobody started buying anything, before long there wouldn't be any shops left in this high street. Yeah. So there'll come a point where everyone's going to say, like, fucking hell, I went to go to the shop to steal some bread. There's no fucking bread. People might say, well, okay, maybe we should start fucking paying for it or something, because this won't do. Or maybe, you know, if I go shopping I'll pay half and I'll steal half. You know, it's just a natural fucking outcome of things. And it's a general rule that just fucking happens. You know, that's valid. That's valid. But if someone goes into a shop and steals a fucking loaf of bread, or a fucking, I don't know, fucking diamond ring, yeah, and then the fucking police turn up, arrest them, fucking put them in prison or whatever, handcuff them, beat them, whatever, that's just not a natural fucking progression. That's just not a natural consequence. That's not how things just roll. That is something shit. That's something shit. It's not natural. Or, I don't know, I made the point. I've got other examples, but it's like icky. Like, I mean, around me right now, there's a hell of a lot of activity. Like people walking, and cars and bikes and buses and passengers and drivers and lots of activity. And I could be pretty fucking sure that none of these people doing all of these activities are doing it of their own free will. They're somehow compelled. They have a duty. They have a tax. They have something. It's just not living. It's not living at all. It's not living at all. And I'm not saying that you know, I'm not judging people. I'm not judging people. I'm just observing people. And myself. But I say, you know, I'm like in a non-reflective world now, in the sense that people, they reflect the culture and the laws and the regulations and the fashions or whatever. You know, everybody reflects their everything that they're compelled to do. They just reflect it, and but now it doesn't reflect on me anymore. I know what people are doing. I know what they're going through, and I know the complete ludicrousness of it all. And so, where's any tradition or fashion or whatever that anyone is predisposed to be and want to reflect that on me, it just doesn't work. Not that I think they do it intentionally or anything, but nevertheless they still do. But I don't care about the things that they're reflecting. I don't say I don't care about people, but just their reflection. care. I don't care. I don't care. If I do care, then it's just fucking sadness. Sadness for them, really. But that doesn't come into my mind very much anymore. I kind of like lost their validity. I've tried to say that word before, haven't I? And failed. Validation. It's become difficult to validate people. Because their whole lives are based on rules and regulations, traditions of the dead. Yeah, so imagine having to live like me, you know? And imagine trying to do a vanavlog. Two o'clock, 3 o'clock. I've got about half an hour left. I don't want to say something I've already said before in vanavlogs, maybe from this year, I suppose. I don't want to repeat it, but the thing is, you know, things that I've said, and I'm, you know, it's just my experience now. You know, it becomes more and more profound. It's not necessarily anything new as such that I could say. But it's just become more and more outstanding. I mean, I really don't know what to do. I know what I'm supposed to do, how I'm supposed to live, but you know, I can't do it. I just can't fucking do it. I know. Not without a smile on my face. No, I just can't. I just can't. You know, I mean, I could talk forever if I, you know, was going to talk about kids of today, you know, and things like that. But there's not really much point in talking about it, really. I mean, there's no difference between, you know, a child being born today into the world that exists today and people that have been around for 20, 30 years. There's no difference. Both are just going to be living by the laws of the dead. It's all very similar. I mean, if you know, you say, well, a child has to learn, you know, have to learn and learn and learn, but then you never stop learning, even as a teenager or an adult or a grandparent. You know, We're still learning, just learning shit that doesn't fucking help you in any way. It suppresses you. I mean, you got like pigeons. I mean, you know, they pretty much just do fuck all except eat and shit and fuck and dance and sing, and that's about it, really. You know, they haven't got a fucking problem with it. You know, it's fine. And then, you know, why can't mankind just be mankind? You know, maybe, you know, all we want to do is just fucking dance, have a shag, eat shit, climb a tree. I don't know, just fucking anything fucking random, but then, you know, not anything fucking taxing on the fucking brain, or, you know, just you know, just let humanity just fucking walk the earth as a fucking pigeon flies the earth. Yeah, just fucking leave humanity alone. You know, there's no fucking rules for pigeons. You know, there's no you know, traditions or moral considerations for fucking pigeons or apes or ants or trees. You know, like, there's something about America, because like they can all have guns, they can all own a gun. So I mean, so just say you've got like a fucking American man and a woman in a house, and and then someone decides that they want to fucking walk onto their property and, I don't know, just do something annoying or whatever. You know, the Americans, you just say, right, you've got 1 second to turn around and fuck off, or I'm going to shoot you in the fucking head. You know, without consequence. You know, just fuck off, I'm going to shoot you in the head. I mean, you know, it's like the sovereign right, you know, to be. Yeah, you don't have that in Britain at all. You can't even carry a knife. Or anything that may hurt somebody. You can't even have a weaponised tongue. You know? So I'd say that, you know, an American is less entangled in rules and regulations of the dead than the British. That's an example. You know? I mean, why can't I own a gun? I might want to shoot a pigeon, or an ant, or an ape, or a tree, but I'm not allowed to own a gun. And whoever made that law is dead, probably, you know. And how long has that law existed? 100 years? I mean, you know, it's ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. Ridiculous. And even more absurd of all of this is me talking about this. In a short period of time. I say the world could have been here for, depending on your belief system, the world has been here for millions of years, or thousands of, tens of thousands of years, or just thousands of years, or just hundreds of years, till now. That's a lot of time. A lot of people come and gone, and I'm here now, and I might be gone in 20 years time, and then it might be millions of years after that, or tens of thousands of years after that, or just hundreds of years after my death, that the world is going to be here and people are going to come and go. So of what possible fucking consequence is me saying anything or doing anything, or even doing a vanavlog? Who profits? Me? No, I'm going to die. You listening? No, you're going to die. What about all those that have lived and died before me for hundreds of years or thousands of years? Just nothing. No profit to them. They're fucking dead. 100 years time in the future, what's the profit to them? Fuck all. Absolutely fuck all. It's just a nonsense. Absolute nonsense. But I am here now, and you're here now, and you know, I guess I'm just saying, you know, all of your values, everything that you think is important, it just isn't, and there isn't any basis to think that it is, because it's impossible. It's completely impossible. Someone said this year, they said, life is not here to be understood, but to be experienced. I quite like that phrase, because you could do a lot with it. You could do an awful lot with that phrase. You could take it anywhere and go in any direction, but it's definitely like a pinnacle phrase from which you can fucking go off in different directions and say lots of different stuff, you know. But, you know, in and of itself, it's a shit fucking phrase. It's just fucking shit. It's just fucking shit. It's probably something from the fucking government, you know. It's just a fucking mind control phrase, you know. Like, oh, don't worry that everything's fucking shit in your life. You just got to have the experience. You don't have to understand. You just have to do it and experience it. You know? And you can turn it another way. You can turn it another way and another way. I quite like it, actually. It's nice. So that's where I am, if that's a place. But I'm still in this place as well. And we still have all the mystery of Antiquitech. you know, past civilisations, all the clues that they've left us to try and work out exactly what was going on. Which, you know, I guess it's kind of interesting. Yeah. But they're all dead. Yeah, well, I mean, the thing is that whether you have the right or not, or whether it's of greater value or not, but the point is, we don't live in a system of freedom. We're curtailed, we're controlled, manipulated, programmed to do the bidding of those that are in power over us, to make us miserable and to make everyone else miserable by following their rules. Now, just that in itself, just seems a bit off to me. It just seems a bit off. And yeah, I don't like it very much. And I'm kind of like in the middle of it, because I'm surrounded by people, and you know, my experience of life is pretty shit as a result of everybody else. And no doubt for most of my life, because I've done exactly the same as they have, I've made their life miserable as well. Whether it's been me saying no to you, or me not doing what you want me to do, or any other number of things really, to just piss you off. You know, maybe I just fucking, I don't know, I didn't drive in a straight line. I wavered a bit and it just fucking wound you up. You know, it's just fucking self-harm. Fucking self-harm everywhere. I don't get it. I don't get it. Running out of time. I've always kind of had some kind of comfort in being able to mentally work things out, solving things. Particularly when it comes to life. Like, you know, like problems and then solutions or workarounds. I've always found that quite comforting to do. But most definitely this year, and you know, just disconnecting from this reality and finding another reality. And you know, in that other reality, it's not really we'll put it this way, it's like gravity doesn't exist there, or if you prefer, the law of disequilibrium correcting itself. Well, up is not up, down is not down, and the opposite of what you thought is true, and what you thought was true doesn't exist or can't exist. I guess for some people, they would say that outside of our existence, this life, you know, you've got some kind of a God. And I'm saying that where I have gone and are half and half, there is no God of order and rules and regulations. There are no principles. There are no thermodynamics. There is no there is no reason for anything. It just is, and it just isn't. And really, this place, it's the same. It really is the same. When you think about how long you live, and how long this place has been here before you were here, and how long this place is going to be after when you're not here, you're just, everything becomes insignificant. And pointless and meaningless. When I say everything, I mean cultures, religions, languages, laws, rules, and all of those things that control you here, now. That's what I'm saying. I didn't have a good childhood, and I suppose into my 20s and my 30s, that kind of influenced me. In the sense of like wanting revenge and other things, stuff like that. Outrage or questioning why. How can it have been any different? I want to develop a time travel machine, etc., etc. But now, I'm like, it's irrelevant. It's completely irrelevant. It's just utterly fucking irrelevant. People back then, I'd say within the next 10 years, will be dead. No, I can't talk about politics. I just fucking get wound up if I talk about fucking politicians. But everyone that has harmed me in the past will come to their own fucking demise. It will happen. It will happen. I don't need revenge. I don't fucking. They're gonna die. Simple as that. Like some of the teachers in my school, when I was in my junior school, fucking horrible, sadistic fucking bastards. They're dead. They died 10 fucking 20 years ago. They're all fucking dead. They're all dead. What do I care? If any of them are still alive, not for long. It's just because I live in that reality now. Is this such a word? Disincarcerating myself. As I'm disincarcerating myself. All of the emotions and shit that comes along with it go with it. They just fuck off. They fuck off with them. They fuck off. They all die, and all the feelings and that just fucking. You know, those teachers of my school in the past, you know, lived forever. You know, yes, until the day I die, I will probably fucking contemplate some manner of fucking revenge, you know, because they fucking deserve to die, yeah, but they don't, and they just die. So I wanted them dead, and now they're dead. Happy days, you know? Happy days. And I didn't have to get blood on my hands, so that's good. Yeah. I'm just being whimsical at that point, but I'm just making a point, you know. If you truly devote yourself from your faith and belief in the system that you live in, you'd just be better off. You'd definitely be better off. Your coping mechanism just abounds, you know. I mean, this last year, as I said earlier, I just won't fucking believe the amount of fucking shit I've been through. But you know, I mean, I don't know what fucking state I would be in right now had I not set my mind on the things that I'm talking to you about. You know, it's saved me in so many ways and freed me from so many cares and a heavy heart and a heavy mind. I mean, it's a bit fucking disorientated, and you get a bit lost. It's like, you know, you wake up in the morning, you're like, what the fuck am I doing? What the fuck am I doing? Am I really going to go to work all day? You know? I mean, like today in England, I don't know if it's whole of Britain, but definitely in England, if you don't work and you go on benefits, social, whatever they call it, yeah, you will get more money a month than I get paid working for a month. It's a fact. In 2025, in England, that's how it is. You actually get more money. Can you believe it? But I mean, you know, I've always said that if there are any fools in this world, yeah, the best way to spot one is to ask someone if they've got a job. If they've got a job, they're a fool. If they're on benefits, they're not a fool. Not at all. You know, if there was a standard or something to attain in life, and if that be to live life on your own terms, then, you know, those without a job have attained it. And there's people like me that work. I fucking failed. I failed. I totally failed. If that was the case. That there was some value into attaining something in life. I think I'm out of time. Okay. No, I've got to go. I've got to go.